song, we have Trackmania Soundtracks Speed Race, or Speed Race from the Trackmania soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I am a professionally trained musician / composer. And my aim here is to explain things in a way that you don't have to be a professionally trained musician to understand what's going on. If you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, you are subscribed to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, all that good stuff. As you saw, we are recording this live on stream, so there's going to be a lot of pausing because I'm going to be explaining things as I pick them up. And, of course, there are going to be probably things that happen live because we're doing this in a single shot live on stream. So with that in mind, let's do this. Speed Race from the Trackmania soundtrack. Let's go. By Henry Pierre Pellegrin. Thank you. Thank you. We're 5 seconds in, and I'm already loving this. We're doing this beach rock kind of track. We have our initial... Okay, so I have talked a lot about motifs. Motif is, in the world of composition, the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed from which everything else comes from. And we just heard that from the guitar. Ba-ram-bum. We have that, and then he used it again. But in the world of rock and guitars and guitarists, we use the term lick. No, lick. I can spell lick. There you go. So in the world of guitars, we call that a lick. And it is a very tricky thing. It makes no sense why it's called that. But a lick is the motif version. It's the melodic version of a motif, while a riff is the chord progression version of a motif in the guitar. So in guitars, you won't usually hear them say motifs. You will hear them say licks or riffs. Why are they named that? I don't know. That's just the terms I know. So we're having this really fun drum doing the very traditional beach rock. Like we're going back to like the 60s and 70s, like maybe even 40s and 50s with some of this rock. Let me lick the guitar real quick. Absolutely not. So we have that, and then we have a bass line going. Like this is a very straightforward band. Very, very straightforward 3-piece so far band with the guitarist, bassist, and drummer. Let's see where this goes. Okay, that went in a very different direction that I thought it was going to. So we have this little soundboard going on that gives us a bunch of these like sound effects. And now we moved from having the guitar to having an organ. Still within the confines of beach rock, but having these silly sounds. That took me by surprise. Like these spring-sounding-esque sounds, it just gives you this sense of playfulness, of silliness, and I think Trackmania might be like a not that serious game, so I think it fits. Let's continue. Oh, and we have one of my favorite instruments ever, the harpsichord. The harpsichord being the precursor of the piano, in the sense of it's a keyboard instrument that plucks the strings as a mechanic. It's a silly raising games. There you go. It's silly. Oh no, it's not a harpsichord. It sounds a little bit like a harpsichord, but it's an acoustic guitar with a couple of effects. And now that I heard it better, there you go. It's not a harpsichord. Might be harpsichord and guitar. Yeah, those springs. That's funny. So yeah, now we've moved on to a variation of the licks of the motif. Nice. So yeah, now we bring forward the organ to be now front and center. We're having that happen, and the guitar which I think is both a guitar with a harpsichord. It might be a doubling, which the term doubling in music, once again, doubling is when you have more than one instrument playing the same thing. I think there might be an electric guitar plus a harpsichord playing that together, which is giving it this very strange in-between texture. I like it. Let's continue. I love the strings. And I like how the spring, like a do-yo-yo-yo-yo kind of thing, is giving us the cue of a change in the ensemble. This is funny. This is fun. This is a fun track, dude. Continue. A bit of modulation there. And back to, like, we are using almost every cliche from early rock and roll. I love this. Like, now we move to this guitar giving us like this I don't even know what this is called. Fading? I don't know what this effect is called in the guitar. But, you know, it sounds like the volume is being turned up and down. Very, very emblematic of this era of rock. And it's just fun. We're having the organ playing some tremolo. It might be tremolo. The problem is the tremolo has so many uses and names. I think it might be tremolo. And we are having yes, Megumi, exactly. And we're having the organ playing syncopation. What is syncopation? Syncopation is when you are playing against the beat. So we are having the drums giving us a pretty straightforward beat, and we are having the organ kind of playing in between, which is kind of playing with the snare, kind of not playing with the snare, playing in what is called the upbeat. Because you have downbeats, you have upbeats, and then you have in between for the syncopation. So, there you go. Let's see. No, Sakana. Let's see. And again, another cliche, the wah pedal. I like how the panning that we're having, panning of course being which ear gets what, both of the guitars are on the right ear. Both of the guitars are on the right ear. And we have this one with, I think it's the tremolo pedal, and then we have another one with a wah pedal, which usually the wah pedal in terms of guitarists is used in a certain variety of genres. You know, it's very popular in funk, to give you the chunkies, like, you know, the chunks, the just sound of muted strings being played. You have it in rock to give you really fun melodies, and you have it in metal to mask the fact that you can't play the guitar. So you have in several genres different functions for the wah pedal. And you also have other things like rhythm and blues, where the wah is used to just give more expression to the guitar. And by the way, I mean it when I say about the metal guitarists. If you see a metal guitarist playing with a wah pedal, particularly somebody like, I don't know, like Kirk Hammett, it's because he's masking that he can't play the guitar. Not that he can't, but he's not that good at the guitar. So, I'll kill on this hill. Let's continue. So you can hear the wah pedal just being this fun. Oh, and the organ is taking over. But that wah is still there. Let's hear it. Playing full-on chords. Nice. That spring again, giving us the change of vibe, the change of section. It's creative to have such a silly sound, giving you, notifying you, and marking the start and stop points, the stop and start points of different sections. Because whenever we hear that spring, boing, something else is going to happen. That's really fun. That's really fun. And you can use that to your advantage, because after a certain amount of times, that becomes Pavlovian. You can fully turn that Pavlovian, and that's it. Now, whenever your listeners hear that spring, they can expect something different. Like, you can use it as a way to signify change. Very creative. Is that a banjo? It sounds like a banjo with a distortion pedal. Like every time they're adding either more cliches from this era of rock, or they're doing something silly. I love this. This is really fun. It's a really creative way of just developing these themes, because so far it's been kind of straightforward. We are kind of repeating the same chord progression over and over again, but we are varying everything around it so much that it still feels fresh every time. I'm loving this. Trumpets. Another cliche. And again, oh, my bad. And again, when it comes to ensembles, you will have many ensembles, usually in fusion and funk. Not as common in rock and roll, but fairly common in funk, jazz, fusion. You will have the horn section, which is going to be a saxophone, maybe one or two trumpets, and a trombone. Which, considering the fact that, I've said this before, right? Like, if you have one trombone in an orchestra, the trombone can very easily overpower everyone. But the difference between that and an ensemble like a rock band is that a rock band has amplifiers. A rock band has microphones. An orchestra usually won't have that. An orchestra usually will, like, if you ever see an orchestra live, if you see microphones, they're going to be hung very high up and they're going to be capturing the entire orchestra. Which means the sound mix is live, is whatever the orchestra has. However, when you see a concert of literally anything else nowadays, you can change the mix with that. So that means you have a rock band, you add a trumpet, you add two trumpets, you add a saxophone, you add a trombone. Yeah, you just turn those microphones a little bit down, and they can play as loud as they want. And they can play as loud as they need. And they can just let it all out, and it just sounds fun. Now they're doing accents with this, which, by the way, accents in music is accenting different parts of the bar and the rhythm that you're doing. It's a very, very, again, it's a super common thing in genres like fusion and funk that give you a lot of these like unusual syncopations, you know, like ba 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 bum 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 ba 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 ba. That kind of thing when everybody's playing those accents. It just gives you this sense of the sudden stingers and everything. It's really, really fun, and it's something that we all can enjoy because it's just fun. It's just fun. And the organ is also going syncopation, very staccato. Oh, guitar solo time. Guitar solo with a wah pedal, which means one of two things. The guitarist is going to use the wah pedal for expression or to hide and try and hide the fact that he's not that skilled. I'm going to go for the former because this is beach rock. I'm going to go for the former. Let's see. Oh, we're having a basically a solo train. I don't know how we can call this. We're cycling through the instruments. I thought the guitar was going to have a longer solo. We're cycling through the instruments and we're giving them each a couple of measures to play a short solo. Very, very emblematic of fusion style music. I like that we're having that with this retro beach rock. It's clever. It's a clever addition of things that apply to other genres, and you just bring it to this one, and it's working. There we go. More extended guitar solo. No wah pedal. Okay, we're cycling through the instruments again, I think. Hey. There you go. Ooh. Landing on the dissonant notes. There you go. So now we're having a break. We're doing a break over here where we're pretty much gonna let the drums... You know, we've had the concept of creating a cadence in which you take away the drums, gives you this sense of lifting off. And when you do the opposite, it gives you a break. Now we're taking away all the other instrumentation and we're just gonna let the drums do their thing for a little bit. Keep up that beat. It is a very good way of hitting the reset button in a useful and often fun way, which is exactly what is happening right now. The guitarist, that was a decent solo. That was a fun solo. And the pedal that he used was a distortion, like how distorted the guitar gets. So it wasn't a wah pedal. And he actually hit his notes. So, good solo. Decent solo. And we hit the reset button with a call and response. We're doing a variation of the first motif that we heard at the very, very beginning, and we are doing a call and response with panning. So we are having the guitar on the left ear do one thing, and the guitar on the right ear responds immediately. There are so many fun elements added to this piece, it's insane. Oh, hell yeah! Hell yeah, and we have the original motif now. We bring it all the way back. This is called a recapitulation. In music, we call this recapitulation, which is a recap. But we are adding new elements to what is happening. So this is not a straight recapitulation. This is a recapitulation with some slight variation, some added layers. Still, it's taking the intro that we heard and just adding fun elements to it. Add a couple of extra layers. It's just fun. There we go. Back to the tremolo pedal. Wah pedal. And the organ on the left ear. Distorted guitar on the left ear. There's a lot of layers going on right now. Oh my god, we have the drums, we have the bass, we have guitar with the tremolo, we have guitar with the wah, we have the organ playing staccato. Staccato means like very short bursts. And we have the distorted guitar. That's almost surround sound. That's really cool. And there's the horns again. And the organ has switched from staccato to legato. Legato means you're letting the notes play out in full. You're just holding down the chords. Staccato means you're not. You're just playing like very, very short bursts. I think it's pure recapitulation here. Oh, no. No. Horn section is doing his thing. We're now giving the variation this time around is we're actually letting the horns, the trumpets, the saxophone actually play a melody. Really cool. Recapitulation again. Nice. An outro that kind of recaps what we heard throughout the piece. Okay, let's see how are you gonna end this. How are you gonna end this? That's how you end it? That was a very unusual ending. I thought he was gonna have that final note and everything. You just... It's like you forgot. It's like you gave the guy with the wah pedal. Everybody else finished, and he's still just jamming out. That was goofy as hell. Yeah, that was goofy as hell. Which again, this is a silly game, so having that as the ending, that threw me off. He forgot to end. Yeah, he forgot to end. The guy with the wah pedal, which, again, my statement about wah pedals is, one of those things that it will either be something played by somebody who is very, very high and really enjoy the sound of the wah pedal, or somebody who can't play. And in this sound, it's like, yeah, kind of like the a butterfly finale, and he's just still jamming. Like, he's just doing his thing. He forgot everyone else existed. That was silly. Better than a fade out, though. Better than a fade out. I like it. I liked it. That was a fun song. That was a very fun track. There you have it. That was Speed Race from the Track Mania soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I am a professionally trained musician, a composer, and I hope I have explained things in a way that you don't have to be a professionally trained musician to understand what has happened here musically. If you're watching this on the YouTube archive, make sure you will like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow the channel, whatever term you want to use. If you want to listen to this track in full, I have linked it in the description down below for you to be able to just go and listen in full. Don't forget to join the Discord as well. If you want to join the live streams, you want to see this live, check the links down below for the Discord channel and the Twitch channel, because that's where the schedule is for the streams, and it shows the schedule in your local time zone so that you can join us mayhaps on one of the live streams. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, and that was fun. That was fun. There you go. Speed Race from the Trackmania soundtrack. Good stuff. But yeah, let's